Hey YouTubers, sorry about the messy workbench, but that's what it is. I wanted to show you guys these. I'm sure you've probably seen them before. We actually got some down here, but I've got them up here. They picked these up at the local Home Depot. They're my replacements for wire nets. You got a 3 and 4 port there, and I've got some garter benders, 2 ports here. There you go, you can see them a little bit better. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera around on you guys. I've been using this for wiring up the new house here, and these work really good. I haven't had any problems with them. They're push-in wire. Sorry about the camera shaking here. Oop, I dropped one. Oh well. Let me get one of these garter bender ones out. They pretty much, I believe the Insulated is a little bit similar to the garter bender. These have a continuity port on the back of them, but you can kind of see there. And it's just got the 2 little wires, and you just, that's the 2 port. It's got the little continuity port like right there, that little tiny slit there. I don't know if you can see it on the video, sorry if you can't. Let me pick this one up here instead of fishing it out of the bag. But this, I believe that's what that is there. It's a little continuity port right there in the plastic, and then you know, you just cut them. I think it's a 1/2 inch for most of these, and then you just shove it in there good and hard till it hits the little metal fins there. I don't know if you can really see those that well. They're there. But these work really good. I've used them up for wiring light sockets and outlets and other things and that, and they work really, really good. You know, I'm used to using wire caps and twisting all the wires and putting them in one big wire cap, and that these actually make it a lot easier for space consumption. You can actually kind of, you might be able to see the color in there. Maybe not too well. That's one of the outlets I've wired up, and it actually saved me a lot of the box space to wire those up. So that's one little new thing for me. You know, I find them, they work pretty good. But that, and we've been using them with this is an older house, so the green wires, those are for something else, but we've been using them with 14.2 here, and this I bought at Home Depot. Just a big old spool of it, but works pretty good with these. Those work pretty good with, I think, 12 to 18 gauge wire. I'm not for sure. I believe it's what most of them say. You have to excuse me, I'm fumbling and tripping over stuff around my workbench here. But yeah, I use those, and then I use them with these little things to double check and make sure. It's always good to double check there ain't something else wrong somewhere down the line. I've got one of those for the GFIs too. That works pretty good. But I wanted to mainly show you guys those push-to connectors, you know, push-in wire connectors, whichever. There's a couple different names for them on the internet, but they work really good. And I'm just using them with stuff like this, you know, putting wires up in that. Basic stuff. It's more of an electric video and that from just doing stuff around the house. But they work good. I think those bags, or 100 pieces, was $7 a bag. And I think them little ones, I bought those off of Amazon for, I think, 14 bucks. But yeah, anyways, that's my review of those. They work great. I mean, I saved me some space, saved me some time. I've actually got this switch for these LED lights over here wired up with it. And now I don't know on these, I'll just show you guys this real quick. Now, see if I can get them in the picture here. Sorry about the lens glare. You can kind of see those in the back turned off a little quicker, and then they turn to have a little bit of a delay. I don't know if that's the wiring somewhere. I'll have to look. I don't know exactly what's going on with that, or if it's just the way the light circuits are in the LEDs, but they still work pretty good. I haven't had them like flicker or do any weird things with those adapters, because that's actually what's in here is one of those two-prong adapters, or two-wire connectors. So anyways, that's a video review for you. If anybody's got any questions on those, you can find them pretty much anywhere. The garter bender ones are pretty good. Those Insulated, those are, I found those at the Home Depot, and they got them in the electrical section. They should be right around your wire caps and everything else, and breakers and everything else, depending on the store and how it's laid out. But that's where I found them, and they work good. So without further ado, that's the review. Hope you guys and gals are getting your projects done. I always seem to be working on something here with this old house, and That's the way it keeps going. So we'll go with that. Anyways, have a good one. Don't work too hard. Bye.